Welcome to Jumbo News Global Recap with me, Tracy Wamboi. Let's take a look at what's been happening through the week. While in the US, former Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein is back in court in New York, facing serious allegations of sexual abuse from multiple women. Once a titan of the film industry, he is now emblematic of everything wrong with it. This is his third trial because apparently no wasn't clear enough the first two times. Prosecutors claim he used his power to manipulate and assault women for decades, while his defense insists the encounters were consensual and questions the credibility of his accusers. At 73, Weinstein is already serving a lengthy prison sentence and is currently in a secure hospital for health issues. The retrial continues to capture public attention, highlighting the ongoing struggle for accountability in Hollywood. Stay tuned as we keep you informed on the story. Shifting gears to India, India has closed its main border crossings with Pakistan and suspended a key water-sharing treaty following a shooting in Kashmir that killed 26 people. The government has also expelled Pakistani diplomats and ordered some visa holders to leave within 48 hours. The attack in Pahalgam has heightened tensions between the two countries, both of which claim Kashmir. Indian officials have blamed Pakistan, accusing it of supporting armed groups, a claim Pakistan denies. Prime Minister Modi vowed to bring those responsible to justice, while Pakistani officials are meeting to discuss their response. Eyewitnesses described chaotic scenes as families fled. The situation raises concerns about renewed conflict between the nuclear-armed neighbors. Tens of thousands of mourners gathered in Rome to pay their final respects to Pope Francis, whose body laid in an open coffin in St. Peter's Basilica. Following his death at 88, public viewing drew massive crowds. The atmosphere was solemn, with bells tolling during a 40-minute procession led by cardinals. Many attendees, some waiting over 8 hours, praised the Pope's humility and compassion for the poor. His funeral will take place on Saturday and will be attended by global dignitaries. In line with his wishes for simplicity, he will be buried in a church dedicated to the Virgin Mary in Rome. As the Vatican enters a period of transition until a new pope will be elected, Francis' legacy continues to resonate with those who came to say goodbye. 12 U.S. states have filed a lawsuit against President Trump, seeking to halt his tariffs. Led by New York's Attorney General, the suit argues that Trump lacks the authority to impose these levies without congressional approval, claiming he misused the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. The White House responded by accusing New York's officials of pursuing political motives rather than focusing on public welfare. A spokesman emphasized the administration's commitment to addressing national emergencies like illegal migration and trade deficits. Recently, Trump announced significant tariffs, including a 145% levy on Chinese goods, which has heightened trade tensions. The outcome of this lawsuit could significantly impact U.S. trade policy moving forward. Tundu Lissu, the leader of Tanzania's main opposition party, Chadema, faces treason charges that could lead to death penalty. Known for surviving an assassination attempt in 2017, Lissu has returned to the political spotlight, determined to push for reforms despite being in detention, and his party being disqualified from upcoming elections. Lissu argues that without reforms, participating in the elections is pointless, claiming the system is rigged in favor of the ruling CCM party. His calls for no reforms, no elections resonate with many, but he faces significant challenges, including internal dissent within Chadema and a harsh political environment marked by state repression. Despite promises of greater political freedom, the president, Samia Suluhu Hassan, fears of renewed repression have surfaced. Lissu's strategy to demand change through civil disobedience is risky, as many Tanzanians remain hesitant to support a campaign that could provoke the government. The outcome of this situation could determine the future of both Lissu and Chadema in Tanzanian politics. French Prime Minister François Bayrou was deeply affected by his daughter Hélène Parnant revealed she was abused at the Catholic school Notre Dame de Betherem. She alleges that a priest physically assaulted her at age 14, a trauma she kept secret for decades. The abuse scandal has drawn significant attention, highlighting systematic issues within the school. Bayrou, who has denied any prior knowledge of the abuse, is set to testify before a parliamentary inquiry. He called the situation unbearable as a father and emphasized his concern for the victims. Parnant's account is part of a broader scandal with around 200 complaints filed against the school, many involving sexual violence. As the crisis unfolds, Bayrou's position as Prime Minister is under increasing scrutiny, with potential no-confidence votes from opposition parties looming. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas condemned Hamas in a recent speech, labeling them sons of dogs and demanding the release of hostages as a condition for ending the ongoing war with Israel. He criticized Hamas for providing Israel with reasons to continue its attack on Gaza, urging the group to disarm and transfer control of Gaza to the Palestinian Authority. Hamas officials responded, denouncing Abbas' remarks as derogatory and highlighting the long-standing division between Hamas and the PA. Abbas' call comes amid a humanitarian crisis in Gaza, exacerbated by an Israeli blockade and an ongoing military action that has resulted in significant civilian casualties. As the conflict continues, international pressure is mounting for a ceasefire and humanitarian aid access. Abbas' leadership is increasingly questioned by Palestinians who view him as ineffective and disconnected from their struggles. Opposition MPs in Ghana have condemned the suspension of Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo, accusing President John Mahama of trying to pack the courts with sympathetic judges. This unprecedented move follows allegations outlined in 3 undisclosed petitions. While Mahama's supporters see the suspension as necessary for judicial reforms, critics label it a Brazil judicial coup and an attack on judicial independence. Legal experts argue that due process was violated, as Torkornoo was not initially provided with the petitions. Supporters of the president claim the action is needed to protect the judiciary's integrity, but the decision has sparked significant controversy. A 5-member committee has been formed to investigate the allegations against Torkornoo, Ghana's 3rd female Chief Justice, who was nominated in 2023. Thank you for tuning in to Jambo News Global Recap with me, Tracy Wamboi. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, stay engaged and stay safe.